Hello, my name is Dominic Pelonzi, and today I'm going to be talking about the invasive white-tailed deer. So, a quick little brief description of these creatures is that in the winter they have a brownish, like gray color to them, and then in the summer they have a lighter tannish color, like the ones you see on the right, and then hence their name white-tailed deer. They have a little white coloration on the underside of their tail. And then bucks, can grow non-branching antlers after their very first winter, and they average up to a weight of 150 pounds to 300 pounds. When it comes to their general habitat, they typically prefer any wide open field with some sort of coverage like trees, brush. So they prefer things like hardwoods, croplands, brushlands, pasture lands, meadows, and even forest woodlots. When it comes to their diet, and they have like completely different types of diets in different types of seasons. So when it comes to spring through fall, they'll eat grass, weeds, fruits, shrubs, and crops. And then in the fall through winter, they'll have acorns, green growth, plant stems, and leaves. And when I say green growth, anything that they can find that's green, that like any green leaves that they can find, even though they're probably not going to find many during the fall and winter. So they have a very large range span from different areas. So a vast majority are found throughout the United States, but they also reach all the way up to Canada and then down to Mexico, and then even some parts of South America, like more the northern parts, but they have known to even touch parts of even Chile. So the main reason as to why these deer are such a problem is because of their very large populations. Like they're becoming such a large hassle that their populations are just growing and growing and growing, and there's not much we can really do about that. And with those large habitat or with those large populations, they're eating more and more, thus destroying various habitats that certain animals like them or others will need in order to survive. And they're also even destroying croplands that many farmers are trying to make a profit off, and they're just having these deer come in and eat all their harvests. And probably one of the biggest things that most people don't think about is that they can also spread ticks. They can carry a very large amount of deer ticks, hence their name, deer ticks. They will eventually, every now and so then, they'll breed more and more ticks with them having on, and then they'll spread on certain leaves, trees, and all sorts of things, and thus that's how humans come into contact with deer ticks. Now that these deer are coming onto our properties and spreading these ticks more and more. So there are many things like that. The only thing that can be done is hunting, hence these deer don't have either next to none predators. Like the only things that can be found are like wolves and coyotes at worst. But deer hunting is actually permitted by mass wildlife to reduce the population. That's the best solution that can be determined to reduce their population. When it comes down to it, there are multiple different seasons that each people can attend so they can have like a sporting event for these events. So there's archery season that occurs from October to late November. And then there's shotgun season, which occurs through little parts of December. And then primitive firearms is throughout December, the later days of December. And then youth deer hunting is actually when young people with permits can actually go out and hunt. And then paraplegic is when any people with
limb disability can actually go out and hunt, which I thought was pretty interesting. So I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.